And that's bare minimum. What does irradiation do, according to Marcola.com, a very trusted medical doctor source? Because it increases the shelf life of the food, it is used in large centralized facilities. Irradiation encourages globalization and consolidation of the food production, distribution, and retailing industries, and allows you to be fed food that isn't as fresh. Research dating the 1950s has revealed a wide range of problems with animals that ate irradiated food, including premature death and a rare form of cancer, reproductive dysfunction, chromosomal abnormalities, liver damage, low weight gain, and vitamin deficiencies. And then they have all this sourced, a full medical source from the government's own document. Show them the sourcing on that. Irradiation destroys vitamins, essential fatty acids, and other nutrients in foods, sometimes significantly. I mean, it just goes on and on. The process destroys 80% of vitamin A in eggs, but the FDA nonetheless legalized irradiation of these products. Goes on. There's all the sources. Absolute fact. So, again, I'm only giving you a very tiny fraction of this. This is CBS News in Austin, but this went out nationwide, what they call a news package. The news is satellited to them with a script. The local news readers read it. But this went out nationwide on all CBS TV channels, telling you that a government study tells you that mercury is good for your brain when it's the most deadly heavy metal attacking brain cells. Here it is.
Here's tonight's medical headlines with Medical Watch reporter Seema Mather.
Mercury-containing vaccines may help, not harm kids, according to 2 new studies in the journal Pediatrics. There have been widespread concerns that mercury-based preservatives in vaccines might impair the neurological development of children. These new studies suggest that the opposite, that the preservatives may actually be associated with improved behavior and mental performance.
Okay, now here is Fox News telling you how great it is that Japan is looking at lithium in the water. And again, this is already all going on. You're now being told how great it is because the alternative media is exposing it. So they're saying, yeah, we're doing weather modification. Yeah, we're setting up a world government. Yeah, we're putting stuff in your water. You're now we're listening to your cell phones by law with a system that can track you and listen to you even when the phone's turned off. Yeah, it's all happening. Here it is.
It's 8:32 now with only 2 weeks left of 2009. We're taking a look back at some of the most interesting healthcare discoveries of the past year. Joining us is Fox 9 medical expert Dr. Raquel Giorgio to talk about it. Good morning.
Good morning.
First, the U.S. has been adding fluoride to its public water supply for decades, and that's, of course, to prevent tooth decay. Well, now researchers from Japan are suggesting that we add lithium.
Back it up a few seconds. Notice that she says, we put fluoride in, we put stuff in table salt, lithium. You're being sold on this. I mean, this is, imagine 50 years ago, a science fiction movie where they're putting stuff in your water and food. Well, they did write a science fiction book, 1932, Brave New World, where they do drug you. And Aldous Huxley, who wrote it, his brother was a head eugenicist. He gave a 1962 speech at Berkeley saying, this is actually our plan. We are doing this. My book is nonfiction. Finish the clip.
Prevent tooth decay. Well, now researchers from Japan are suggesting that we add lithium. So why is that?
Well, they're actually not suggesting it, but they're certainly looking into it. Lithium is a medication that in prescription doses treats mood disorders in people with bipolar disorder or manic depressive illness. And what these researchers found in Japan is that lithium is present in trace amounts in the normal water supply in some communities. And in those communities, they have a lower suicide rate. And so they're really investigating whether trace amounts of lithium...
And they have lower sex drive and are obese and have brain damage.
Enough to really, in a positive way, without having the bad effects.
Oh, a positive way.
To really affect the mood and decrease the suicide rate. Very interesting concept. You know, it's the same reason why we put iodine and salt, fluoride in water. There's many different examples of...
All right, so there you are. It goes on and on, how great it is and how wonderful it is and how we need it. You're being sold that poison is good. You're being told mercury is good for you. You're being told irradiation is good for you. You're being told GMO crops is good for you. As all these new diseases pop up, as all this illness takes place, they get to kill you off early before you get Social Security, suck your savings out in medical care. The average doctor has no idea this is happening. We are all living in a nightmare science fiction control grid. Wake up, people. Have the mental strength to admit what's happening. I want listeners to really let this sink in. Think about it. Think about it long and hard. If the founding fathers discovered that the government was putting toxins in the water to brain damage them and make them more docile and pliable, would they get angry? Would your grandfather or your great-grandfather get violently angry if they were radiating food that destroys the food value and feeding it to his kids or grandkids? Would they get angry if hundreds of chemicals were being put in their water? Would they be angry if viruses were being sprayed on their meat? Yes. The reason you're not angry and the reason you're not like your grandparents or their parents is because for at least 60 years, toxic chemicals have been put in your food and water. I have Times of London articles where the British and Australian government would ship rice with toxic sedatives on them and sterilants to Asia. This has been going on forever. You have a scientific dictatorship that does whatever it wants, whenever it wants to you. The denial is over. And because we've been exposing them, they know you're docile, they know you're partially drugged, but you can still fight through it, get yourself cleaned up, then you'll feel your normal anger, come back. That anger is to motivate you to get yourself out of a bad situation. And so now they're going, that's right, lithium. That's right, Prozac in the water, statins in the water. That's right, we're irradiating your food. That's right, we're spraying viruses on it. That's right, we're feeding you GMO crops that sterilize everything that's fed it. That's right. That's right, mercury's good for your baby. And I'm running out of time, but if you search engine the term FDA says melamine not harmful, then you read the article. In fact, do that real fast. FDA says melamine not harmful. Remember a couple years ago, all the Chinese plastic and food was killing people and making them sick? So the FDA just came out and said, we're just going to say it's not bad for you. What will they say next? Jumping off a 500-foot cliff isn't bad for you? They think you're stupid. Are you?